Okay, everyone, you saw what happened in the last video with the storm and everything, and that kind of threw me off track for the past 2 weeks. It was a pretty severe storm. We're still cleaning up. They've actually declared it a state of emergency for the 2 towns surrounding me. It's a devastation. I can't remember the wording. We're actually applying for FEMA aid because it hit the electric grid harder than Hurricane Sandy in this area in Connecticut. So that says something to the power of that storm. So we've been trying to get our heads around this. I've had tree guys out here quoting. I've been cutting wood. It's just been non-stop full with the freaking yard. But I said, screw it. I want to get my car rolling as soon as possible. I'm giving it 2 weeks from today, which is the 28th. I want this car on the ground and I want it rolling. I ordered everything. The only thing I'm missing is a set of rear tires. I'm not buying new rear tires because I don't know when the car will be done, and I don't want it sitting on $500 radials. And my luck, something else will happen and I won't be able to touch the car for a year. Hold on. Excuse me. So there's a guy out in Long Island who's got a set of used Mickeys for me. They hold there. That's all I need right now so I can roll the car around. Ordered my coilovers. I ordered my lug nuts finally. I ordered the strap kit for the rear. I ordered the... I can't even remember what I ordered. I know I had a whole list of everything that I needed to get rolling, and I ordered everything. It's a holiday weekend, so parts aren't coming in because of the mail. It's Memorial Day weekend. Salute to all our fallen. But I did get some stuff in Friday and some stuff Saturday. So one of the things came in is my Midwest chassis brace kit. It's actually a really nice piece. Double high. Got some weld tabs here. Nice grade 8 hardware. Powder coated. I went with Midwest chassis because honestly at the end of the day this isn't a serious piece, and this was the cheapest kit I found. $90, $85 for these. People are charging $200 for these. It does nothing but support the axle tubes. These are actually going to get welded on the backside, and they're bolted to the webbing. Yeah, I'll show you because the rear end's facing the wrong way right now. So you can see the hole right there. There's one on each side. You got to drill it out 7/16, I think. But this literally bolts to there, and then these weld to the tube. That's it. That's all those do. And people want to charge $200 for that. Yeah, people want to charge $200 for these. Honestly, I could probably make these, but I didn't feel like going to source all the parts and building them. I know, I'm not a full fab shop here. It's my house. These are so easily made. You can buy the joints with the rod ends, and it's just grade 8 hardware you get at any hardware store, and it's just weld tabs. I mean, in all honesty, they're not hard to make. But $90, $85, whatever these things. I know they were under. I'm pretty sure they were under $100. I'd have to. Midwest Chassis doesn't send you a receipt, stickers, anything, so I can't even grab the receipt to look at it. I'd have to look on their website again. But they're a nice piece. You got to brace your 8.8. You got to prevent these axle tubes from moving because they will move. So I got those. That's for the back. And my lower control arm brackets came in. Matt from Haggard Fab built these. These were 150 shipped. It's a nice sturdy piece here. Some nice welds on there. That's the doubler I was talking about. It's another piece of steel welded on the other steel so it's even stronger so you don't oblong these out. But these are nice brackets. We have a little note on there. Bend this tab in after you weld the sides. So I like them. These range in price greatly. I got obviously both of them. These were 150 shipped. TRZ wanted 175 plus shipping, which I was going to go with TRZ, but what held me back from TRZ was anything over $100, you need to sign for the package. I'm a working man. I work Monday through Friday, sometimes Saturday. I'm not going to be home to sign for a $150, $175 package. Ridiculous. I understand something $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 up, but my $2,500 transmission got shipped here. I didn't even have to sign for it. So obviously I didn't go with TRZ. Team Z makes them, but they only got 4 adjustment holes, but they also make an unlimited adjustment one, but I think that's way beyond what I will ever need. A lot of people make them, but Matt, Haggard Fab, great, had them. He was on vacation, so it took 2 weeks to get, but in all, it was like a week and a half to get them. And $150 ship. So check him out. I know he's on Facebook. I know he's on Instagram. Since I want to have this thing in the car in 2 weeks, it's got to be done. Today we're going to weld the lower control arm brackets on, and we're going to weld the the braces on. I couldn't even think of the name. Today is Monday. Wednesday, I am bringing this up to John at MSR Performance. We're putting it in the jig, so just to make sure it's perfectly straight. It shouldn't have moved too much on me because my tubes, it was already straightened and my tubes are welded, but this is not something you take a chance with. You just bring it to someone, they don't charge you much. So while it's on the jig, we're going to take a tube and we're going to weld it from control arm bracket to control arm bracket for the bottom brace. People go all sorts of mayhem bracing this thing, and you really don't need to. You get your front brace, you get your bottom brace, and you know, additional bracing is not really going to help you. You start twisting it with those 2 braces on, you're making too much power, and you need to go to a 9-inch at that point. I've decided, so I think I told you guys the original ones were 1.5 inches in from my narrowed ends, so you're not 1.5 inches from your ends. I narrow mine 2 inches, so they're 3.5 from yours. 1.5 inches, but I think I'm going to go another 1/2 inch and bring these things in 3 inches after talking to some people. Now, a lot of times people will set this for the pinion angle. So if you have this thing at 2 degrees up, you want these to be at 0. But I'm running all spherical solid, so my pinion angle is really going to be closer to 1 degree, 0 degrees. So I talked to Matt, and he said welding them at 0 degrees to the face is not a big problem, especially with adjustable control arms. You can heat it up. I managed to get lucky. I got a piece of wood back there. I don't know if you can see it. Somehow, some way, I got lucky, and that thing's sitting at 0 degrees right there on the face, so it's perfectly straight. And what we're going to do is we're going to just stick that on there. I have a marked line here where I need to put the edge of this, and we're going to get this at 0, and we're going to tack it. Get a couple tacks on that. Oh, that one's not going to go anywhere. She's pretty welded on there. Right on my line, we're like a 1/2 degree off. If a 1/2 degree. So I'm going to get the other one tacked on there. And we're going to get the other one tacked on there and some beads on it so it doesn't fucking go anywhere. And then I can take it off this and flip it over and make it a little bit easier to weld. as you got your lower control arm brackets on, welded all the way around, let it cool down for a minute so you don't burn yourself flipping around. You gotta weld your braces on. Like I said, these are for Midwest chassis. You gotta drill these holes out in the webbing to 7/16. This is really soft metal, so it drills really easy. You don't have to go nuts and get a diamond tipped carbide blade or anything. But you're just gonna simply bolt this down. Probably tighten these up to make it easier. But you're gonna hold these to the tube and you're gonna tack them. I mean, you wanna be in the middle of the tube here. You don't want to be all the way up and all the way down, because then this thing won't adjust right for you. So, you know, middle of the tube is going to be your best bet. Somewhere right around that area. There you go. So that's how that brace goes. And obviously once I get everything welded up on the bottom and it's on the jig, I will tighten these bars up so they actually hold and give a little bit of support. So I gotta start the other one, so I weld the top, I'll flip the axle, weld the bottom, and then that's done. That's the easiest. Okay everyone, that's it for the rear. Besides the lower support bar, but that you do in a jig. I mean, technically you're supposed to do all that in a jig. The jig's pretty cheap. I just never bought it. It's like 150 bucks just for the straighten jig. If I ever have to do another one of these, I'll probably end up buying it, but I don't foresee me building another 8.8. But do that in a jig. Get your lower control arms on there with all the adjustables. Make everything adjustable. The more adjustability you have, the easier it's going to be to set up your suspension to 60 foot to 330 foot. The first 330 feet of a race is so important. So if you get as much adjustability as you can in your suspension, the better you're going to be able to plant that tire, separate the body if you're on a radial, keep that tire planted all the way down the track, keep the nose down. No, as cool as wheelies look, wheelies don't win races. Wheelies cost you money, because you'll probably break something if you come down from a bumper stand, and they'll probably cost you the race, which you could be racing for $500,000, $2,000, $5,000, $10,000. You're gonna be mad as hell. You stand that car on a bumper in the finals and you lose $1,000 because of it. So get everything done. Make it adjustable. Spend the extra money. Spend the extra time, and do it the right way it's supposed to be. All right, guys. I showed you all that. I hope you get out in the garage, crack a cold one, fire up your welder, and get to work.